What's going on? George Wohar IV here. And in this video, I'm going to teach you one powerful trick to permanently reprogram your subconscious mind for success. Now, do you feel like all the personal development and the subconscious mind teachings haven't helped yet? I'm going to show you exactly why, because I was in that same position. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you get notified every single time I post a video on the topics of self-mastery. Now, I've helped over 200 men go from feeling stuck, lost, and confused, not taking the actions that they should be taking, procrastinating, to being able to build their businesses, quit their jobs, and begin living their lives on their terms. And I'm excited to help you and share with you the one strategy that you can begin implementing to permanently reprogram your subconscious mind for success as well. Now, when you first get into personal development and the whole subconscious mind aspect of things, or just the mindset and the personal development realm, we have positive thinking, right? Positive thinking becomes that major catalyst, that major cornerstone for every single version of personal development. Positive thinking, positive thinking, positive thinking. Just think positive. Think of the best thing possible. Think of all the amazing things and paint this pretty picture around everything. Everything that there is. It's amazing, and this is why. That's great. That's awesome. That's good. That's awesome. That's incredible. This is good to a certain extent because it takes you off this lower vibration of negativity, which is required, which is essential. But positive thinking does not get you to where you desire to go. This is what positive thinking does. It gets you on this upward curve, this upward path. This should be a little steeper in the beginning because it gets you on this steep upward path. But what happens is you start to fade. And you start to fade a little more. And eventually you found yourself going back down. And eventually you find yourself just at this pace of just staying the same. Now, maybe you've experienced this if you've done personal development for a lengthy period of time. You've had those highs, those high highs where it felt so amazing, it felt so good, but then eventually it just faded out and then things started to get a little worse. But you still felt positive around it. It was still amazing, still so good. It's still so great. But reality, your results didn't grow. Your results didn't increase. And instead, they started going down a little more and a little more. But yet you stayed positive around everything. This is where I was, and this is what I did for a certain period of time. I decided to stay positive and paint a pretty picture around everything. Put this pretty frame around everything. Not realizing that I was so bored and so burnt out, I was actually destroying my life because of positive thinking. Because I wasn't allowing myself to do one thing that is essential. I wasn't allowing myself to gain the power from my pain. To gain the power from my pain. Because when you step into the pain, you shift the frame and everything in your life begins to change. If you didn't know, I rhyme as well, so you get some of that in these videos. This is what happens when you utilize the power of pain. You're right here. Then all of a sudden, what happens? You go down on this big dip. What is this dip? This dip is called your pit. This dip is the place that no one wants to be, that everyone's scared to step into, that all the personal development gurus and the personal development teachings tell you to stay away from. Stay away from the negative side of things. Stay away from the pain. Just paint a pretty picture on things. But what happens when you just paint a pretty picture is you don't allow yourself to face the facts. You don't allow yourself to face the facts when you paint a pretty picture. Paint a pretty picture. So this is what happens, right? Your life is okay. Maybe it's getting a little better. I'm going to tell you my life, my example. My life, I was focused on business. And my business was growing. My income was growing. By the time I was 21 years old, I had my first business making over $15,000 per month. 23 years old, second business making over $30,000 per month. Hired my dad. My dad's now working for me. Like, things are fucking incredible. But I was so bored. I wasn't happy. I wasn't fulfilled. All I was doing was working 24/7. But I painted this picture around it. Power of positivity, positive thinking. Oh, everything's great. Everything's amazing. Everything's awesome. And because I did this, I ignored the facts. I ignored what was actually going on. I ignored how I truly felt. And because this occurred, I began to burn down my businesses. I began to go, this is successful, but guess what? I resent it. This business, I'm done. I began to do things like this, and I began to sabotage myself over and over and over again, simply because I wasn't facing the facts and I wasn't stepping into my pain. Now, what are the levels of pain that you get to step into in order to actually become and create what it is that you want? And I want you to comment down below if what you've heard in the philosophy that you've heard was to ignore all the pain, was to ignore all the, and you may feel kind of like, to me right now, like, what is this guy talking about? I don't know. Because when I think of pain, I'm going to bring this negative energy in my life. I'm going to attract all these negative things. I'm just going to bring all these negative things to my life. No, it is your intention behind what you're doing and how you go about it, the practice that follows it. So what are the pains that you get to step into in order to create the life that you truly desire to live? In order for you to not just be positive and not get results, but for you to actually get results, take action, get results, and achieve your goals. What are the levels of pain? You have your current pain of your current reality. This is what I was ignoring. Face your facts. What is really going on in your life right now? How much money are you making? How is your business? Is your business sustainable for the long term? If you have a business, what is the action that you're taking towards business? What is your income? What does your money making activities look like right now? What do your relationships look like? What does your body and your health look like? What is your mind and what are your thoughts look like? Where's your mindset at right now? If you don't face the facts, nothing will ever last. You will continue to have temporary wins and temporary highs. You know those guys who don't go to the doctors because they don't want to know what's wrong with them? What are you doing to yourself? Nothing good, because you're living on this false foundation. You don't want to live on a false foundation. You can set all the goals that you want to set. You can set these huge goals for yourself. But if you don't face the facts and you don't know your starting point, then you will never get there. If you want to get to California, but you don't know if you're starting in New Jersey or if you're starting in Australia, it's going to be a lot different. It's going to be a lot different, your path towards getting there. You must first face the facts and use that pain to get clear on the beliefs that you're currently holding on to, because that is what it does. Your beliefs lead to your actions, and your actions lead to your results. Now, if you're not clear on the beliefs that you currently have, which your results are a direct reflection of that, your results are a direct representation of that. You look at your results, you get clear on what your beliefs are. These are my beliefs. These are the results I've achieved. So it's clear that these are my beliefs and this is where I'm staying stuck. My goal was this, but I only achieved this. What do I truly believe around this? This is what I really believe. Now, what is the belief that I need in order to get me there? Now, let me shift my beliefs, shift my thought process so my actions become different and my results become different. So your starting point is to face the facts of where you're currently at. Then we get to face the facts of the past. And we call this embrace the past. Because there are stories, there are beliefs, there are mindsets, there are thoughts that you have based on your past. You are reliving your past over and over and over again. Your past has created your identity, and your identity is what you will always act and live in accordance to. Your identity, your beliefs, your actions, results. You must face the facts. Then you must embrace the past. You go back to this little boy version of yourself who was going through the traumas and who was going through the pains, the things that you feel guilty and shameful around right now, or just pain that you feel things around. And you go back and you have that conversation with your past self. And what happens? You recreate your future, because now you're shifting your beliefs around the things that happened in the past. Because currently, whether you know it or not, unconsciously, you are living in accordance to all those beliefs, all of those stories, all of those mindsets, all of those perceptions, and the identity that was created from your past. My dad was in and out of jail and on drugs when I was growing up. I was living in accordance to that. I didn't feel I was worthy. Then at one point in my life, when I was in college, the girl I was dating had an abortion. I started to sedate because of that, and I didn't allow myself to face those facts. And that was another reason why I wasn't allowing myself to step into the relationships that I want and create the business the way that I want, because I was sedating, but I didn't allow myself to see that. There are powerful things from your past that you take and you bring into your now future, right? Because there are pains from your past that you're living every single day. You must dig deep. What are those stories? Go back to those moments and relive those moments. Yes, this is the pit that you go into. This right here, people are scared to face the facts. That's the pit that you go into. People are scared to embrace those past. Why bring that back up? Why look at that again? Why bring that back into my life? Because unknowingly, you are living through it every single day. Even if you're not facing it and looking at the serpents head on, look at the serpents and live. Even if you're not doing that, you are still reliving it every single day through your actions, but you are unknowingly living it through your actions. Why not open your eyes, see, and allow it to be what it is, forgive it, release it, and move forward? This is what occurs when you embrace the past. Then we have your future pains. Feel the future. So if you continue to live the way that you're living right now, what does your life look like 10 years from now? What does your life look like 5 years from now? Sit back, visualize that, and feel the pain of it all. Feel the pain of it all. If I don't do this and I continue to live this way, this is how my life will look. This is how my relationships will look. This is how my business will look. This is how my income will look. Face the pain and feel the pain. Feel those feelings, because this is what's going to cause you to change. Setting your goals and having these goals isn't going to cause you to change. Looking at the positive side of things isn't going to cause you to change. You feeling those feelings, looking at the pain, if you stay where you are right now, if you continue to do the things that you're doing right now, that is what will cause the change in your life. How will your life truly look 10 years from now if you continue to do the same things that you're doing right now? Get clear on that and comment down below. Is it going to look good? Is it going to look mediocre? Or is it going to look amazing? How will it look for you if you continue to stay on the same path that you're on right now? Feel that. I understand. Positive thinking. Don't visualize the negative. Don't look at the bad, but you must feel it in order to change and be the catalyst for you. Or you will continue to stay on this path right here of just straight across, nothing changing, staying mediocre. But guess what? Everything is always changing. So you're going down a little bit every single part of the way. And then maybe you start to go up a little bit and then you go back down. But I don't want that for you, and I know you don't want that for you either. So these are the steps, the power, and the pain that you must feel in order to grow and gain and become where you want to be. This stops right there. That's not a part of this. So this stops right there. It goes up, and then it continues to go up. And as you allow yourself to continue to step into the pains, it goes up even greater. So you have your power from your pain, which gives you the ability to see. Now I can see what it is that I was ignoring, and what it is that I wasn't looking at, and what it is that I wasn't feeling. And because of this, you can now see your future, and you take the steps towards your future. Clarity on desires. Now this is your pocket of pleasure. Now you get clear on the desires. This is what I want. This is what I desire to have. Now I can view everything from the positive light as long as I allow myself to get the lesson from it, and I allow myself to check in and face the facts every single week. This is where I am right now. This is clear. This is what I desire. This is what I want. This is where I am right now. Now you're able to get the lessons from the things that you do, which allows you to actually step into who it is that you want to step into, which allows you to see the positive and feel positive and be positive, because you're now taking action. You're extracting the lessons. I don't have false positivity anymore. I don't live on a false lift anymore. And I don't want you to live on a false lift either. The lifts that you have are from you facing your facts and you taking the action to make the changes. Not from you scrolling through social media thinking positive but ignoring the actions that you know you should be taking. My friend, that will not get you to where you desire to go. And I know you know that. I know you feel that. I know you understand that. And I want you to comment down below. Comment down below if this was a revelation for you. If you saw something different by understanding the power of your pain, stepping into embracing and feeling your pain. Positive thinking is amazing. Continue to do so. But you must face the pain, face the facts, and gain your power from the pain every step of the way as well. Because if you're not facing the facts, again, nothing will ever last. Make sure to subscribe to this channel. Again, hit the notification bell so you can get all the other videos that we have that I'm posting in regard to self-mastery. And if you want to understand how to truly master yourself, one great way is to master your sexual energy. And if you click on the video that we have over here, somewhere on this page right here, it's going to pop up. You click on the video, you'll understand semen retention, the power of semen retention, how that is one of the most powerful ways in order for you to manifest. Step into that, feel that, embrace that, become it. Self-mastery is the name of the game, because once you master yourself, you master everything else. Allow yourself to step into it, and let's rise. My name is George Wohar IV. Let's get it done.